Hey all, what's going on? Jordan Connect here with another episode of Embrace the Chase, and this is the first one of 2018. And I'm really excited because we are on a warpath to get to 100 interviews. In fact, we're going to blast past that in the next 4 months and get closer to 200 interviews by the end of the year. And I'm really pumped up because something special. We're going to compile all these at the end of the year into a book of everyone's best practices and tips for advice. And guys, I'm pumped up because for episode 46, we have Mike Mack on today. And for those of you that don't know who he is, you are in for a treat. A little bit about him, guys. He's the founder of Magnetics Digital Marketing, as well as the host of another podcast here on Facebook that you should all check out. I'll link it down below. It's called Excuse the Interruption, and he's also a co-host on Real Estate Real Talk. So, guys, definitely check him out and show him some love. Mike, is there anything you'd like to add to that, sir?
No, I'd say you pretty much nailed it.
I love it. So for my audience, anybody who's not aware of you, can you kind of start us from the beginning, Mike, and just tell us your story and how you got into becoming an entrepreneur?
Sure. Absolutely. What's up, everybody? Mike Mack here. Jordan basically nailed the intro for me, so saved me a good bit of time. So I'm the founder of Magnetics Digital Marketing, and now we specialize in working with real estate agents and a couple other niches. But so the company's about a little over a year old, but where I started was I guess I call it the entrepreneurial bug when I was around 10 years old, because I was into wrestling so much, and I organized like a little organization with my friends and everything, and got people to got some adults to actually watch, which was rare, but sometimes we got it. So I guess I call it the bug from there. I just, back then when it wasn't about money or anything else, there was something so pure about, it was so fun to organize that. And I knew, I wanted to do something, I wanted to work for myself. It's something I've always been passionate about. So, but unfortunately, I wish I started much younger, but, after that, I kind of just lost it. I just, none of my friends were in business. And so, it's like everyone were, they were working good jobs. And I guess kind of just followed suit and kind of just lost it. So, 15, 16, 17, just working, jobs I don't like. Sorry about the dogs in the back, by the way.
No, you're good, man. I got a little puppy in the back. He may be grumpy in a minute.
Yeah. So just, I guess, there was a couple of times where I was like, hey, you know what? I want to get into business. I'm not passionate working any of these jobs. And I honestly was scared. The fear was crippling. I mean, to do anything outside of the norm was so crippling to me. I had a great support system, but I didn't go to anybody really. I just figured, well, nobody else is doing this. So that lasted for a while. It was just something I suppressed all these years. And then, when I was about 24 years old, I met my girlfriend / business partner, Jess, and she helped like really relight that fire. And then we decided to go into business, and we started a cleaning company, and we grew fast. We were growing really fast. And, but not fast enough, because now that I was out taking action, I was like, well, I want to own everything. I want all these accounts, So we decided to go get like a bank loan, for expansion, and we got declined. And I was furious because the credit was there and the profitability was there. So I was like, why, but the bank told us, hey, listen, you're still new in the game. We're not just going to fork over, X amount of money to you. Which frustrated me. And, Jess and I, we realized we weren't the only ones, who desperately wanted to grow and do all these things, but capital was, getting in the way. So we decided to be the change we wanted to see. And then we started Macletta Capital. And that was, is a consulting firm, but it was like a loan brokerage where we only made sure we worked with like the best alternative lenders we could find that really had a passion for helping. Obviously they want to make money, but that they cared for small business. And so we were doing really well. That was another business. We grew really fast, but then we hit a ceiling, and we were getting crushed online by just bigger companies with massive budgets, and, word to mouth just wasn't cutting it at that point. So what did we do? we decided to be the change we wanted to see. So then we started Magnetics, and that was about a little over a year ago, right? And we decided we wanted to be different. We didn't want to just be like a typical ads agency that's sending mediocre leads month after month, and kind of, we wanted to help with branding. We wanted to help with positioning. We wanted people to become, like, especially agents, kind of like local celebrities, if you will. But this business was different than the other two because this one was painfully slow. It was brutal the beginning because I knew nothing about marketing. My partner went to school for it, but that's very different than what we're doing nowadays in digital marketing. So we, failure after failure, we decided, okay, listen, there's people out there really successful at it. We need to find some mentors. You know what I mean? And we did, and we invested in a lot of courses and mentors, and honestly, unfortunately, there's a lot of garbage out there. Like, so in the very beginning, it was like we were implementing all these things and they just weren't working for us, and we thought it was us, or we're typically not negative or very positive people, at least we try to be, but it was like, well, what, like, Jordan, we're trying everything, what can it be? And then we found some really great mentors, and we decided to implement what they said. I'm getting a little ahead because actually more to the story was, like, we were caught in the freelancers trap midway through the year, right? So we were finally getting clients, but we were in the freelancers trap. It was kind of bring 3 on, lose 2, get 2 on, lose 1, get 1 on, lose 2, kind of like in that just vicious circle. And, we were working all day on client stuff, and it's like, wait, well, that's not why we wanted to get into this. Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah. So, and as frustrating as it was, we weren't being ourselves. You know what I mean, Jordan? It felt like we were trying to be and act like everyone else we're seeing on Facebook or in multiple groups. And obviously shiny object syndrome is what. So, it wasn't until about, Jordan, I'd say about maybe like 120 days ago, I just had an epiphany where I was like, screw it. Let's throw everything out. Our systems are broken. We're getting on the wrong type of client. Like, we're everything's broken. We're not niched down. We're spread out. We have chiropractors, we have dentists, we have a fitness guy, we got this guy. You know what I mean? So, and we were totally majoring in minor things. You know what I mean? To borrow that from Tony Robbins. So that's when we had like a culture shift. We're like, that's it. It's time to get clear. It's time to work. I'm tired of spamming people's inboxes all month to just get somebody on who's going to want a free trial, and then they're not going to go anywhere because they're going to complain the leads are bad. So we threw everything out, Jordan. We started from scratch, and we took what we got from our 3 biggest mentors this year, and man, we changed everything how we did it. So now we're only working with people we want to be working with, and we found our story. You know what I mean? We found what we care about. We found our voice, and it's been amazing ever since.
That's awesome, man. Dude, that's a wild ride. I mean, you got hard when you talked about like the hard money lending aspect or money service business. That kind of threw me for a loop, which is really, really cool that you have that experience. But so side question for you, what brought you into all this? Was it the Ty Lopez course or was it someone else?
Yeah, actually my buddy was in the Ty Lopez course, right? And well, just to give you an idea, right before we left the capital business, we had spent near $10,000 with a few different agencies to get us some type of results. And Jordan, no results. It was like 3 different firms, and they all tried something different. One was like, oh no, Google ads is the way to go. One's like, no, Facebook ads is the way to go. The other one's like, no, SEO is where you want to go. And then it was just frustrating, and my buddy, he was in Ty Lopez course, and he was like, hey dude, I know how to do SEO now. And I was like, what's SEO? And I was like, oh, that stuff don't work. So I actually, when I talk to somebody, Jordan, who's a potential client, they say that stuff don't work, I get it. I'm like, I understand, but it does work. Maybe you're just with the wrong firm. So yeah, so I joined the Ty Lopez thing because I was always a fan of Ty Lopez.
Yeah.
I jumped in there, but I realized I needed a lot more after that. But it was a good course. I definitely enjoyed that course.
So then, follow-up question for you, because I do some local marketing, but it wasn't something that I fell in love with. So I changed my business model and I do other stuff, but still service them. So, because I understand your point, Ty's course was incredible to just like get your feet wet. But who became your 3 mentors, if you don't mind me asking, that allowed you to get deeper and get more bang for your buck for your customers?
So did you say to give my mentors?
Yeah, if you can, that'd be awesome.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. One is Alex Schlinsky with Prospecting on Demand. Has been brilliant for just helping with the whole systems aspect of things, the prospecting, things of that nature, and just, the positioning as well. He's been fantastic with that. Marshall Gillen has been huge since the beginning of the year when I met him with the branding aspect, because that's what I love to focus on now. I get like a really good kick out of that. Instead of just sending agents and brokers leads, actually helping them position themselves in the area, that's actually been massive for us. And Landon Porter, the sales gorilla, I feel like when that all came together, Jordan, I just felt like, wow, like he's someone who really gives you like permission, if you will, to be yourself, and I feel like we weren't. I feel like we were attracting the wrong people. We were being spammy and we were just getting on the wrong clientele. Now our prospecting went from like 90% of the way we get our clients, and now it's like less than 20% of what we do.
So then, follow-up question to that: what got you to niche down specifically to real estate agents?
So we started in medical. We started working. We had a doctor, we had a dentist, and a chiropractor. Just those were our first 3 clients, and I didn't speak the language. I'll be honest with you. I'm somebody who avoids the doctor like the plague. You know what I mean? So there was no real passion for it. I mean, I definitely appreciate them, and I definitely appreciate my dentist, but there was no real passion there. Real estate's always something. My girlfriend and I said we were going to want to get into next. That would be the next thing we do. So I just felt like, hey, let's just infiltrate through marketing, and then we'll definitely know how to, we'll definitely know it well enough. So when we start investing, you see what I'm saying? That was the whole idea behind it.
No, that makes perfect sense. Being able to network and make money at the same time, which I really like.
Yeah.
So then let's transition into kind of like current projects and future goals. So 2018, brand new year. You've got 2 different podcasts that you're a part of, and then also your business. Can you kind of talk about all that stuff individually and how people can be a part of what you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. It started with, once we had that change, I feel like it was maybe 30 days ago, roughly. Yeah, about a month ago. I was talking with my partner Jess, and our other partner. We actually, this guy has become so good just because of all the success he's had for his own personal career. His name's Jeff Anthony. We hired him to be our CMO, and now he is running our ads department, and he has been crushing it. And so right now he's been doing so well, and then Jess has been doing so well. They're actually running Magnetics as we speak, so I could focus on things like the podcast, which I'm super juiced about. So right now there's 2 podcasts, a 3rd one on the way, which we're going to try to launch that really soon.
That's exciting.
Yeah. It's actually, this one's going to be Entrepreneur Him and Her with my partner Jess, talking about the ups and downs of being a couple in business and things of that nature. So yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah. So hopefully people like that. Actually, Jordan, if I may, another project kind of came out of nowhere like a couple weeks ago, because the more we started posting about our success and everything, people started messaging like, hey, how do you do this? Hey, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? And I was answering questions as much as I could possibly can, but anyone who knows me knows I am terrible with Facebook Messenger. I don't deserve the technology because I'm terrible with it. So I feel bad, and then one person was like relentless, and then he had offered to pay me to just coach with him, to coach him just to, I was, okay. I never seen myself doing that before. I was never like, oh yeah, I'm just going to start, paying people to coach. I honestly, Jordan, I could appreciate what it's like to be struggling so much in a business. And my only thing is, I was just telling the people, like, look, I don't mind helping you, but you have to take action, or we're both wasting our time, which this person obviously putting some skin in the game. I was like, all right, you know what? He wants to do it. And I'm happy to say, like, in his last 3 weeks, he's gotten 3 clients, and I'm like a joyful dad almost. Sorry, Josh. So yeah, no, that actually came out of nowhere. And then he was like, hey, you should, these methods are great. Like, you should put something together. That I don't think I'm going to do, but working with people like one-on-one's it's kind of been fun for me. It's only 2 people now. I don't see myself doing more than that because it's taking a lot of time, but that's definitely a side project I didn't know I'd be doing. So let's put that in the surprise department for 2018.
That's awesome. So then, if you don't mind me asking, when it comes to your podcast, do you want everything to just strictly be content and value added, or are you going to monetize it in some way in the future, like creating courses or some type of digital product?
I don't see myself. I'm not adverse to it. I just don't see myself doing that. I know Jeff Anthony, one of my partners. He really wants to do it because of the knowledge he has on the Facebook aspect of things. I don't want to. Until maybe, we've come a long way, especially in the last few months. Like, everything is upside down, and we're so happy, we're thrilled, we're over the moon with the results. So I don't want to just jump into the next thing yet. I want more growth and more growth, and yeah. So for now, I want those podcasts to just be value dumping. That's it.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's it.
That's good. No, you're good. I feel the exact same way. It's not.
Yeah, I just want to value them.
Right to monetize anything. Otherwise, you just kind of ruin your brand.
Exactly. I want you to thank Mike Mack, and it's like, hey, that guy he knows, he's been through it, and he's really just dropping value. Yeah.
I love it. So it looks like there is a comment that's asking for clarification. It's saying, so right now, are you focusing more on what you're passionate about and just hiring others to be proficient in areas that you're not? Is that right?
Yeah. So with Jess is working on client acquisition and client relations, and under her there's a few VAs, I think 3 at the moment, and under Jeff has 2 people under him, and he also has 2 VAs under him. So Magnetics, I guess you could say, it runs without me right now, which is really exciting. So yeah, I'm able to focus on more on building the Mike Mack brand and the podcast and things like that.
So, and I apologize if this question catches you off guard, but do you have like a moonshot right now, or a moon goal, something that's just so large that you'd like to achieve someday?
Absolutely.
What is it?
Yeah, I'm going to buy the Washington Redskins and return them to glory.
There we go. I love it. Got some Gary Vee. You could probably get them just like Gary Vee for cheap right now. I can't say much. I'm in Cincinnati, and the Bengals, little bagel bites, they're not doing too well.
One of my best buddies is a Bengals fan.
No, it's a sad. Good thing we have Ohio State Buckeyes, because none of our other football teams know what they're doing.
Hey, the Buckeyes are they're doing, they're crushing Michigan every year.
That's true, man. So then, so you got a lot of really exciting things for the rest of 2018. And those of you watching live right now, if you are not already tuned in to Mike's stuff and the rest of his team, so Jeff and Jess, definitely check it out. The one that you mentioned that you're going to do with your partner Jess, I know my wife's going to be all over, because I can definitely relate with that. Building a business with my wife is stressful at times, because certain days are exciting and other days it's like, great, let's cross our fingers and risk this together. So looking forward to that. That's going to be really cool.
Yes, thank you.
To be respectful of your time and obviously the viewers, I'm going to ask you this last question, and take it however you want and answer as long as you need. But is there anything that's on your heart or on your mind right now that you want people to know about? And this can either be about you, someone else, or a specific topic.
Yeah, I mean, if Okay, can I kind of go rapid fire of what kind of
Sure.
changed my what kind of changed for me over the last few years?
Yeah, of course.
I would say, if I could grab like younger me, I would say like, early 20s. Hey, stop complaining. Stop. You're complaining. You're just, oh, that guy, he got lucky, or I had this guy make it. It was just, I was minding everyone else's business, and I was doing that because I was just frustrated with myself, because that's not who I am, and that's not who you are. Unless it is. No, just kidding. So I would definitely say stop complaining, stop worrying about, stop trying to control outside events.
I like it.
Jordan, I just try to control my perspective on things. For the most part, there is no good or bad. It's just kind of like what we tell ourselves. You know what I mean? And that has been huge for me. That's been a huge shift. Like, hey, somebody did this to me, I should feel angry. It's like, no, that's their thing. I don't want to feel angry because this person did their thing. You know what I mean? So I can't control anybody or anybody else. I've been a happier person. And strive to be, like, I know this goes without saying, but really strive to be super valuable in your field. Don't shortcut it, man. Just, if you're not great at something, just kind of try to get as good as possible until you could hire somebody in that place. I know, I didn't just recreate the wheel there, but it's helped me. So those three or four things, those things were huge for me.
All great advice, sage advice. I really appreciate it. Guys, rewind this once we're done live and go listen to that again. Don't let it just pass over you as something that you already know, because sometimes the best advice is the most simple. So, Mike, I really, really appreciate you being on. I wish incredible success into 2018 for both you, Jess, Jeff, and the rest of your team. And really appreciate having you on. Would love to have you guys on again in probably 6 or 8 months to kind of catch the rest of the success that you've had and hear more about your podcasts.
Likewise, Jordan. Thank you for having me on. It was great.
Appreciate it. You guys have a great night.
All right. Take care.